Good evening, Johnny. Today is Tuesday, June 13th. Just kidding. Shows you what day it really is. And I just thought I'd tell you kind of what's been going on. I'm sorry this video is late, but in my defense, this week is finals, and so I'm really busy. We had a reading day on Tuesday, and then today was the first day of finals, and then finals end tomorrow. The reason I didn't make a video yesterday is because I spent literally the entire day writing a paper that I then finished today, and I spent probably like 18 hours on it, give or take, wasting time, which not as much as you would expect. I was fairly good at focusing. I actually learned how to not think about anything. It was kind of fun, but I didn't waste time on the internet. I was very good about that. So on Tuesday, I spent the entire day on campus, in the library, and in the Wilk, and in this building we call the JFSB. And it was so long, and I didn't eat any food, and it was miserable because my paper, if you're interested, was on kind of Voltaire and Hume and the problem of evil. You know anything about that? Yeah. Most people probably don't think it's interesting, but I talked about the nature of God and how that related to Leibniz's optimism. Yeah, it was supposed to be like 10 to 12 pages, but I ended up being like 8 pages, which was kind of bad. I was like really under my word count, which was not good. But then again, I ran out of time. So this is where it gets interesting. First, while I was in the library, apparently one of our viewers saw me and then didn't say anything, which makes me really sad. I wish you would say hi, because that would be really cool, because, yeah, yeah. When you're having a really terrible day and then nice people say hi to you, it's like really nice. Anyway, when I needed to print my paper today, it was due at 4 o'clock, and at about 3:30, my computer died, which is one of the reasons why I couldn't make my paper any longer. One, I had nothing else to talk about, and two, I literally had no time. My computer was dying, and I had saved my document, and I was printing it, and I had like 1 minute, and then it went down to 0 minutes, and I was printing it, and then before I could finish processing, my computer died, and so I was stranded. I hadn't thought to email it to myself, like, instead of trying to print it, which I probably should have done, but instead, I walked around for like 15 minutes trying to figure out how I could get my paper off of my computer without going home, because I didn't have a charger with me, because I'm smart. Then I was like walking around aimlessly, distressed because I had no charger. I finally was directed to go to the library where they allow you to check out chargers, which was really nice. So I was able to charge my laptop so I could then set my paper to print, but then I didn't have enough money on my card to pay to print my paper, so I had to add more funds to my account, which was annoying. And I finally got my paper printed, and I look at it, and the last line was too long. Like, there was an extra space between the end of my essay and my works cited page, and so there was this one extra line on a new page. It was just really annoying. But, you know, there was nothing I could do at that point because it was due, and I actually ended up turning it in like 2 minutes late. But that's okay, because I didn't timestamp it or anything, which was nice. I got my paper turned in, and I was just angry and upset at myself and at my professor and at my class and at my paper and at that subject, and I was just very annoyed and frustrated, and I felt like screaming and crying and sleeping all at once. Finals are very exhausting some days. Today was bad because I spent so much time on it, and then I was just so unhappy with how it had turned out. But anyway, so I went home, and I should have eaten because I hadn't eaten all day. But instead, I kind of fell asleep. And then I decided, because I had another final that started at 7, then I decided around 6:20 that I should probably start studying for my test a little bit, because I really wasn't worried about it, but I figured I should go over it anyway. Then at about 6:30, I decided, you know, I really need some breakfast/lunch/dinner before I go and take this 2-hour test, because I'm gonna die or pass out or fail or something. So then I made dinner. And I made it to my test about 5 minutes late. My professor is this really old guy. In fact, Johnny, he kind of reminds me of Mr. Duncan. So then I took my final, and I finished, and then I stole a street sign. Yep, that happened today. Yeah, I like to steal street signs. Shh, it's a secret. If you'd like to hear me talk about that, I can do it on Thursday, because I think it's going to be too long to talk about in this video. Then leave a comment below. Speaking of Thursday, it's Question Thursday on Thursday. Right. So you should leave topic ideas for Johnny for Friday, and you should leave questions for Thursday in this video. Yeah, that would be great. Because if you don't leave topic ideas, then Jonathan just might end up talking about poop or something equally unpleasant. We could have him talk about PMS. That would be really funny. That would be really awkward too. But hey, I have talked about farts and poop, so maybe Jonathan should get to talk about something terrible like PMS. If you want Johnny to talk about PMS, then you should say so in the comments. And if you'd like him to talk about something else, then suggest that. Thanks. Bye.